Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama
Okay, we
Rama,
start, Mama. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mrs. Manoj. First time I am seeing you. You're prepared some shloka today? You prepared some? Huh? Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. You also prepared some shloka today?
No, I haven't said anything.
Okay, so welcome for joining us. Okay.
Thank you.
Himali, is everything fine at your end? Now you can hear me clearly?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, looks to be little net maybe weak, but you can hear?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, and who is that child next to you? Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. Give him Hare Krishna from my side. Take it. Yeah. Don't worry, it will continue like this. Too many people. Okay. I start now. Welcome. Hare Krishna. What is the name you have given? Chalo. Okay. So we start today. We have coming to the fourth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. And this chapter is fourth chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. This chapter is has some beautiful shlokas, in fact, directly which are for Krishna consciousness. Towards the first 15 shlokas is more or less our pure Krishna conscious conclusions, and then it also talks about a lot about transcendental knowledge, and then comes how to receive the transcendental knowledge. Comes to a famous shloka. I think that is for Alok today, 4.34. Tadvidhi pranipatena. Okay, am I audible, everybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, it's clear. Okay, I start my presentation. Okay.
Yeah, ऐसे पैदा हो गया मतलब वेरी गुड
You have gone through my presentation. What is going to brief a review I have given you. A lot of things will come. We have so many things coming today.
on what I
Here it is, Bhagavad Gita. Can you see it appearing? Hare Krishna. All are on the presentation now?
can't see Prabhu.
Okay. Now are you on the presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Manoj, anytime it happens I come out of the presentation by mistake, please tell me. Okay. Yeah. Can you see Gita appearing, my animation?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So that's the fourth chapter. Little. Yes, this is Bhagavad Gita, torchlight of knowledge. You can chant Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Shri
Shri
Bhagavan
Bhagwan.
Vacha
Imam Vivasvate Yogam
Imam Vishwase Yogam
Bhoktavan Ham Avyayam
Proktavanam Avyayam
Vivasvan Manave Praha
Yes.
Vivasvan Manave Prabha
Vikshakave Abhrave. ठीक है What you are seeing now, the presentation or me?
You.
I come back, huh? I was curious to see what's happening on the screen. I came back. Now, what are you seeing, me or the presentation?
Presentation, Prabhuji.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, Manoj, anytime I come out, please tell me. The personality God and Lord Shri Krishna instructed the imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivaswan, and Vivaswan instructed to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed. Yeah, Himali, you can mute yourself. Krishna says, I instructed the imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivaswan. Ikshvaku son of Manu and Manu son of Vivaswan. Okay. Now, can you see this? This is giving the picture. This is Krishna is instructing to Vivaswan. It's an old painting, made by devotees in those days, early days. But still, you can see Krishna is looking so beautiful. But their hands, the same painters later made the painting on the right. You see, they became so refined. But I did not get a high resolution picture of that. It's all copyrighted. But this picture is available, so I got a high resolution left side one. And then Vivaswan is now catching his son, and he is instructing Manu. And Manu, you see on the small picture, he has come on earth now. He's telling Ikshvaku, his son. So this is how you can see again the picture. They have corrected now. Sun god they have shown us with 4 hands, and then he is instructing his son Manu. Manu is telling the king Ikshvaku now. Now let's just get into some calculations. You know all this Vedic calculations? Kali Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, Satya Yuga, you all know this?
Yes.
So Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. So Dwapar Yuga is double of that, Treta Yuga is triple of that, and Satya Yuga is 4 times that. Okay? The total of this becomes actually one Divya Yuga, that becomes 10 times the Kali Yuga, because x plus 2x plus 3x plus 4x is 10x. So that becomes 4.32 million years, that is 4 yugas. And that is just one of the Divya Yugas in one Manu has 71 Divya Yugas. So that is just one of that. That is Manu's life is fantastic. It is 306.72 million years. And then one Manu is nothing. Then there are 14 Manus in a day of Brahma. Then the one day of Brahma is become 4.32 billion years. And same is a night. So like that, if you take the Brahma's life, become 311.04 trillion years. Big life. Himali, at your end, some echo is coming. If you can mute your mic, it will help. Okay, Brahma has passed 50 years. This is, I did some calculation that how much is our Brahma old? Is 4,32,000 years. That is the age of Kali Yuga. Into 10 is one Divya Yuga. 1,000 Divya Yuga form a day of Brahma. 12 hours. Into 2 is a full day, 24 hours of Brahma. 360 days like this he lives, it becomes 1 year into 50. So he has passed 155.52 trillion years. I don't think modern cosmology is dare to speak on trillion years. They are speaking 4, 5, 12, 14 billion years. They are scared. Vedas are the only place we talk in trillion years. And 6 Manvantaras are over till now in our present Manu. So this is the 7th Manu called Vaivasvata Manu, who was previously Satyavrata. So 6 into 4,32,000 years into 10. Why I took 10? Because that is the full size of the Divya Yugas. So this many Divya Yugas. Okay? Into 1,000 by 40. Okay? So that comes to 1851.4285 million years is the duration. This much Manu has done. We can, I think, let us see and this calculation. 20 cycles of 4 yugas are over. In this, for this Manu, 28 cycle, Krishna comes, so 27 cycles are over. So this is 116.6 this many years over. And then Satya Treta Dwapar 9, because 4x plus 3x plus 2x. So that means this much is over. 9 into 4 lakh 32,000 years. And I think Manoj can understand me. 4x, 3x, 2x. Time elapsed in Kali Yuga. I think Akhilesh can also get. Is Kali Yuga 5,117 years are over. So total, if I do, our Brahma's life is 155.52 plus all this is just in fraction. That comes to 155.522 trillion years. And this is the first day after he finished 50 years, and this day will last for another few billion years. So don't worry, we are in the day of Brahma, first day after he passed. Then what about the Manu? Why I'm doing this calculation? Because when was Gita spoken? We want to see. Manu, I showed you the calculation. You can check in again. Time last in Kali Yuga, this total is to 120.5331 years. Why? Accepting that before the birth of Manu, Prabhupada says Gita was spoken by the Lord to his disciple, Sun God Vivaswan. Okay? So if you take this calculation, yes, we have Gita was spoken 120 million years ago to Sun God. Now again you go on. When did the Gita came on earth? Okay? So this is the shloka from Mahabharata. The Gita was spoken in the beginning of Treta Yuga to Maharaj Ikshvaku on earth by his father Manu. So then if you do that calculation, so we have to take the calculation. Treta Yuga plus Dwapar Yuga is 3x plus 2 is Treta Yuga 3x, Dwapar Yuga is 2x, 216, 216 and 4 zeros. Time elapsed in Kali Yuga is 5,117 years. Okay, I have to come back. Where sound is coming? Who is? Oh, Keshava has come. Welcome, Keshava. Okay. I think better now. I muted everybody. Okay. Keshava, welcome. Okay, I go back to the presentation. This science is for protection of the inhabitant, therefore the royal order should... Who can read this? Keshava, you can unmute yourself and read. Hey Akhilesh, you can unmute yourself and read.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, yeah, read.
Prabhu Keshav from you are also trying to read.
Chalo, whoever comes in first. Chalo, read. Quick, whoever, take the chance.
Okay, bro. This science is especially meant for the protection of the inhabitants, and therefore the royal order should understand it in order to be able to rule the citizens and protect them from the material bondage to lust. Human life is meant for cultivation of spiritual knowledge in eternal relationship with Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the executive heads of all the states and all the planets are obliged to impart this lesson to the citizens by education, culture, and devotion. Because Bhagavad Gita is as good as the Vedas, being spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, this knowledge is Apurusheya Suprema.
Okay. So, is it clear? This is very nice. Proper start. That every purport, every line we will read so that we get a thorough understanding. Especially meant for protection. Prabhupada said last chapter Arjuna asked this question, why I do foolish activity, even don't want to do. Prabhupada said it because Krishna says because lust. Kama esha, krodha esha, rajoguna, samudbhava, that's why this all activities are happening. So Prabhupada in the same note continues. He says actually people get trapped do different kind of sense gratification. Lust is signifying all kind of sense gratification. So the royal order should save the people from that and bring them to Krishna consciousness in their eternal relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they have a duty on behalf of the Lord. It's not their earth, it is Krishna's planet. So whoever is the leader, he has to act on Krishna's behalf. Therefore, there is a shloka, no? Jananina sasyat, pitana sasyat, don't become father, don't become mother, don't become king, don't become spiritual master if you cannot deliver the people. You have no right to take any leadership unless you can, on behalf of Krishna, do something. Originally, everything belongs to Krishna. And a very important thing, Gita is as good because, therefore, it is called Gita-upanishad. Somebody asked Prabhupada, how do you say it is Gita-upanishad? It is Prabhupada spoken by Krishna. Therefore, it is Gita-upanishad. Evam parampara praptam. Repeat after me. Most of the people are muted. Evam rajashayo vido sakalena mata yoganasya parantapa. The supreme science was received through the chain of discrete succession, and the saintly kings understood in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science it appears to be lost. This is the parampara. Krishna, Brahma, Narada, Vedavyasa, Madhvacharya. Then comes to Madhavendra Puri, Ishwar Puri, Lord Chaitanya, and then comes down to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. I'm just short, I'm telling you, and then finally come to Srila Prabhupada, and we are taking from him. Yeah, who will read this? Manoj, you can read this.
Yes, Prabhuji, okay.
If you want, your missus can read, she can participate. Either of you.
It is clearly stated that the Gita was specially meant for the saintly kings because they were to execute its purpose in ruling over the citizen. Certainly, Bhagavad Gita was never meant for demonic persons who would dissipate its value for no one's benefit and would devise all types of interpretations according to personal whims. As soon as the original purpose was scattered by the motives of the unscrupulous commentators, there arose the need to re-establish the disciplic succession. 5,000 years ago, it was detected by the Lord himself that the disciplic succession was broken, and therefore he declared that the purpose of the Gita appeared to be lost. In the same way, at the present moment also, there are so many editions of the Gita, but almost all of them are not according to authorized disciplic succession. There are innumerable interpretations rendered by different mundane scholars, but almost all of them do not accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, although they make a good business on the words of this spirit is demonic because demons do not believe in God but simply enjoy the property of the Supreme. Since there is a great need of an edition of the Gita in English as it is perceived by the Parampara disciplic succession system, an attempt is made herewith to fulfill this great want. Bhagavad Gita, accepted as it is a great boon to humanity, but if it is accepted as a treatise of philosophical speculations, it is simply a waste of time.
So beautiful, Prabhupada. Prabhupada actually reveals his heart that he had no intention, you know. But somebody asked him, Prabhupada, one lady came and asked, Swamiji, which edition of Gita can I read? And Prabhupada said, what do I recommend to her, you know? Everything is crazy. So he was forced actually to sit and write down the edition of Bhagavad Gita. And very boldly, Prabhupada declared Bhagavad Gita as it is. And you just imagine somebody writing, because he knows people have taken away. He is a pure devotee of Krishna. He is seeing nobody is glorifying Krishna. Nobody is even accepting Krishna, the Supreme Personality. Forget about glorifying. And Prabhupada says the demonic spirit, because demons, you know, just like Ravana, wanted to run with the property of Lord Rama and without Rama. Correct? He just wants Lord's property, not interested in the Lord. Like Duryodhana wanted Krishna's army, he didn't want Krishna. The same way, people take use of Krishna's word, that is Bhagavad Gita, and there is a Krishna. And the Prabhupada says it's a very demonic attitude, isn't it? We are just saying. So, 5,000 ago, just like Krishna detected that, there is nothing properly available. Prabhupada is saying similar situation I do find today. Therefore, this Gita as it is has come. And Prabhupada says something very interesting. He says, Lord Krishna has taken birth in the womb of Krishna consciousness movement. Prabhupada makes a beautiful statement in Bhagavatam. He has taken birth in the womb of this Krishna consciousness movement. Because the Prabhupada brought back Krishna's glories through his books. Sa evayam hayate dya. We can repeat. Yoga prokta puranaha. Bhaktovasi me sakacheti. Rahasyam ye tadottamam. The very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you because you are my devotee as well as friend and can therefore understand the transcendental mystery of the science. Why I chose this picture? You see, this is the only picture where Krishna puts his hand on Arjuna. There are so many pictures. It's like a friend, you talk to somebody, you put your hand on his shoulder and you're instructing. Can you see that? Can you see Krishna's hand on the shoulder of Arjuna?
Yes,
Speaking with, great affection. You are a friend, therefore I'm telling you, Arjuna. Very nice. Now there is Prabhupada comments on this. Commentation by the devotee is real, whereas that by the demon is useless. Arjuna accepts Sri Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In any commentary in the Gita, following the footsteps of Arjuna is a real devotional service to the cause of this great science. The demonic, however, concocts something about Krishna and mislead the public and general readers from the path of Krishna's instruction. Prabhupada said one should try to follow the disciplic succession from Arjuna and thus be benefited. Yeah. Arjuna has a very big question for Krishna. Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvataha katham etam vijaniyam tamadau proktavaniti. Arjuna said, the sun god Vivasvan is senior by birth to you. How am I to understand the beginning you instructed the science to him? Arjuna has got a question. Krishna, what is all this? If I do little mathematics like what we did, it is 120 million years ago. What are you telling? You are my contemporary. You spoke this to sun god 120 million years ago. This looks little, I told you this joke long time ago. I've gone to Kumbh Mela sometime, 2001. So, Prabhupada says sometimes that, some people who come from Himalayas to attend Kumbh Mela, they are little old. So I used to have that joke. I was young that time, 15 years ago. So I used to ask everybody, how old are you? All these Naga Babas. So they used to tell me, yes, I am this much old, I am 100-year-old. I said, okay, that's okay. But one man told me, I was there in Sita Swayamvar. I laughed for half an hour. I said, what is he telling? Sita Swayamvar Treta Yoga. This is some 2 million years ago. Yeah. So like that. So same way Arjuna is not in doubt. He accepts Krishna as Supreme Personality. He wants Krishna to reveal himself. So therefore Prabhupada purport. Akhilesh, you can read this?
Arjuna Vacha.
Yeah, now read the purport has come now.
Same screen, but not
You cannot read it. Manoj is reading for you.
Arjuna, an accepted devotee. 1 minute, please.
Oh, it is very small, Manoj?
No, actually, the screen icons are covering the text in the presentation. Now it's okay. I can read it now. Arjuna is an accepted devotee of the Lord. So how could he not believe Krishna's words? The fact is that Arjuna is not inquiring for himself, but for those who do not believe in Supreme Personality of Godhead, or for the demons who do not like the idea that Krishna should be accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For them, only Arjuna inquires on this point, as if he were himself not aware of the personality of Godhead or Krishna. As it will be evident from the 10th chapter, Arjuna knew perfectly well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the fountainhead of everything, and the last word in transcendence. Of course, Krishna also appeared as the son of Devaki on this earth. How Krishna remained the same personality, supreme personality of Godhead, the eternal original person, is very difficult for an ordinary man to understand. Therefore, to clarify this point, Arjuna put this question before Krishna so that he himself could speak authoritatively. That Krishna is the supreme authority is accepted by the whole world, not only at present, but from the time immemorial. But the demons alone reject him. Anyway, since Krishna is the authority accepted by all, Arjuna put this question before him in order that Krishna would describe himself without being depicted by the demons, who always try to distort him in a way understandable to the demons and their followers. It is necessary that everyone, for his own interest, know the signs of Krishna. Therefore, when Krishna himself speaks about himself, it is auspicious for all the worlds. To the demons, such explanations by Krishna himself may appear to be strange because the demons always study Krishna from their own standpoint, but those who are devotees heartily welcome the statements of Krishna when they are spoken by Krishna himself. The devotees will always worship such authoritative statements of Krishna because they are always eager to know more and more about him. The atheist who consider Krishna an ordinary man may in this way come to know that Krishna is superhuman, that he is Sachidananda Vigraha, the eternal form of bliss and knowledge, that he is transcendental, and that he is above the domination of the modes of material nature and above the influence of time and space. A devotee of Krishna's like Arjuna is undoubtedly above any misunderstanding of the transcendental position of Krishna. Arjuna's putting this question before the Lord is simply an attempt by the devotee to defy the atheistic attitude of persons who consider Krishna to be an ordinary human being subject to the modes of material nature.
I like this purport so much, so I don't mind. I put the whole thing here. Yeah, I could not cut anything from this purport. It's such a beautiful purport. Okay. Okay. So Shri Bhagavan Vacha Bahuni me Vyatitani Janmanani Tava Arjuna Tani Ham Veda Sarvani Natvam Veda Parantapa. The personality God had said many, many births, but you have I have passed. I can remember all of them. You cannot have subdued your enemy. So Arjuna asks, this is a famous painting. You're able to all see the painting? The famous painting where Arjuna is, Manoj, do you see this? Hare Krishna,
Yes,
Manoj.
Hare
You
Krishna,
can see
yes,
it.
I can see it.
You're able to see the famous painting. Arjuna is
Yes,
asking some question. Krishna, that how is it? So Krishna is,
yes.
okay, okay. So personality God had said many, many verses, both I have passed, I can remember all of them, but you cannot subdue your enemy. Okay, so now some points. Lord incarnates with his devotees, is Advaita, which means there is no distinction between body and himself. Lord remembers everything but a devotee, not however great he may be. Achyuta never forgets himself. Lord never changes the body, but never forget living entity changes body, therefore forgets Lord's position different from the living. Now, never forget, see, you come to this, it takes some time, phase lag, and now you're on Narayan Rishi.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, this is actually the position Arjuna is the associate of the Lord in that incarnation also. So whenever Krishna incarnates, in some capacity, Arjuna is always there. Okay, with Krishna, that's what Krishna is saying. But you don't remember. All the Ajo api san avayatma bhutanam ishwaro api san prakritim swamadhishtaya sambhavami atmaya. Although I am unborn, a transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. Okay. So imagine Krishna is so transcendental, and I is having opportunity to worship the transcendental form of the Lord. He knows everything. So therefore, Krishna is instructing through him. Is instructing. Transcendental body never deteriorates. Just like soul never deteriorates, The transcendental body never deteriorates. There is no difference between Krishna body and soul. Yes, Akhilesh, you can read this.
Although I am unborn in my transcendental body never deteriorates, and
Arey,
although I
Abhishek,
am the Lord of all. Next slide. Yes, Guru. Now I can see. The Lord has spoken about the peculiarity of his birth. Although he may appear like an ordinary person, he remembers everything of his many past births. Whereas a common man cannot remember what he has done even a few hours before, and yet men claim to be God or Krishna. The Lord
yeah,
says that he appears.
just wait here. See, many people say they are God. Just tell him what you are doing the same time yesterday at the same 7 o'clock. He will not be able to remember. Tell him what kind of God are you. Yesterday you don't know what you did and you say you're God. Krishna remembers what he did 120 million years ago. Chalo, continue.
The Lord says that he appears in his own body. He does not change his body, and the common living entity changes from one body to another. He appears exactly in his eternal body, uncontaminated by this material world. Despite the fact that Lord Krishna flows boyhood and from boyhood to youth, astonishingly enough, he never ages beyond youth. Therefore, it is clear that in spite of his being in the material world, he is the same unborn, eternal form of bliss and knowledge, changeless in his transcendental body and intelligence. He appears before his mother as Nara, his four hands with the decorations of the six kinds of food opulence.
4.7 यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत. Hey, Manoj, I think your wife knows this shloka.
Yes.
Chant this shloka. Everybody knows this. Yes, Manoj, you can chant.
Yeah.
He's feeling hesitant. No problem. So I'll finish. Abhyutana madharmasya tadatmanam shriya jami ham. Wherever there is a decline in religious practice of Bharata and predominant religion at the time I descend man. So Krishna says, I come. Okay, this is his word. Just like the government has a jail they become unruly, the army comes in. So Krishna comes to correct, or he sends sometimes his powerful representatives. Sujami means the Lord manifests himself as he is. Murti Mataji, can you read this paragraph? Oh, I think that. Oh, Swati has also come. Okay, what are you seeing now? You're still seeing the presentation?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, who can read? Somebody can read this? Murti Mataji, or she is busy with something. Sijami means the Lord manifests himself as he is. Only the Lord can manufacture system of religion. Dharmam the Shakshad Bhagavad Prani. Each and every avatar incarnation of God a particular mission. Mission to lead people to God consciousness and obedience to principle of religion. It is a fact the Lord appears only on Indian soil. He can manifest himself anywhere and everywhere and wherever he desires. Different religious principle, higher and lower mathematics. Correct? Just like Krishna teaches according to capacity. Vedic principle pushed us one towards complete surrender unto him, and whenever such principles are disturbed by demonic, the Lord appears. Yes. You can all see the Dashavataras. Hey, you all can see.
Not yet, Prabhu. Still on.
Come, Dashavataras. Come or not? Akhilesh, you can see the Dashavatara?
No, Prabhu.
Huh?
Now, yes.
Yes,
Now I
yes.
can see.
And I just see this, the two paintings probably made by the same set of devotees. Beginning it is so crude and
Now
then
I
it
can
is
see.
so like everybody gets. Dilip, Hare Krishna, welcome. There's one more company in us, one boy called Dilip Shinoy is joining us. He's classmate of Supriya. Very nice devotee. Hare Krishna, Dilip, you can hear us? He's still logging. Okay. You can see the painting quality. So these are all different incarnations. Krishna does come. This was 4.8. Where is 4.8 was for Nitika. Supriya, you want to present this?
No, I have taken 4.9.
This is a minimalistic attitude.
Okay, I can
परित्राणाय
read it, but
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है परित्राणाय साधनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. To deliver the past, to enlighten the miscreant, as well as reestablish principal religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium, and there are some important points. Yeah, Supriya, you can read this purport then.
okay.
We can test your mic. Yeah.
Incarnation to destroy miscreants are of four kinds, but mainly to protect devotees like Prahlad or Devaki and Vasudeva. The avatara or incarnation of Godhead descends from the kingdom of God for material manifestation, and the particular form of the personality of Godhead who so descends is called an incarnation or avatara. Such incarnations are situated in the spiritual world, the kingdom of God. When they descend to the material creation, they assume the name Avatara. The Lord says that He incarnates Himself in every millennium. This indicates that He incarnates also in the age of Kali. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, the incarnation in the age of Kali is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The devotees of Lord Krishna are much attracted by the Sankirtana movement of Lord Chaitanya. This avatara of the Lord does not kill the miscreants, but delivers them by the causeless mercy of the Lord.
Okay. This is Lord Chaitanya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki.
Jai.
Yeah.
He has come. Manoj, you got darshan of Lord Chaitanya.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, so six kind of incarnation. We have Purusha incarnation. There are three kinds: Karnodakshay, Shirodakshay, and yes, Karnodakshay, Shirodakshay, and Garbhodakshay Vishnu. Guna Avatara are three. This is Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu. Leela Avatara are unlimited. So many Leela of the Lord. Manvantara, 14 Manus. They are called Manvantara Avataras. Yuga Avataras, four different yugas have four different Yuga Avataras. Lord Chaitanya is Yuga Avatara in this. And Shaktivesh Avatara are innumerable. We even classify Srila Prabhupada in the Shaktivesh Avatar, empowered incarnations. Yes, for you, Supriya.
जन्मकर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवें योते वेति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति माम् एति सोऽर्जुन. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take this birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna.
Yeah, what do you like to say on this?
I haven't prepared much, so I'll read the purport.
Yeah, here is it. Put it there. You can read. I'll put it. So my main points are there. You can read and explain these points on.
Okay. Such liberation of living entity from material bondage is not at all easy. The impersonalists and the yogis attain the liberation only after much struggle and many births. Even then, the liberation they achieve, merging into the impersonal Brahma Jyoti of the Lord, is only partial, and there is the risk of returning again to this material world. But the devotee, simply by understanding the transcendental nature of the body and the activities of the Lord, attains the abode of the Lord after entering this body, and does not run the risk of returning again to this material world. As stated in the Vedas, Eko Devo Yogya Leelanu लीलानुरक्तो भक्ता व्यापी हृदय antaratma. The one supreme personality of Godhead is eternally engaged in many transcendental forms in relationships with his unalloyed devotees. The Vedic version, Tattvamasi, Tattvamasi, is actually applied in this case. Anyone who understands Lord Krishna to be the supreme, or who says unto the Lord, "You are the same supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead," is certainly liberated instantly. One should therefore cultivate Krishna consciousness with faith and knowledge, and in this way attain perfection.
Yes, we can develop on that. There was the first paragraph at one point and second paragraph at another. See, what is happening is that liberation is not an easy thing. In fact, once what happened, Haridas Thakur was visiting a house, and when there was the house of Hiranyan Govardhan Majumdar. I can continue, Swati?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
sorry, Supriya, don't mind?
Yes, it's okay.
You wanted to say something? You say. We would love to hear you.
No, nothing much. That's it.
We are hearing your voice. We are happy. Now, what happens is that so when Haridas Thakur visits the house and they all tell Haridas Thakur, "Can you speak something on a holy name?" So everybody starts. Because Haridas Thakur was known as Namacharya, somebody who chant 192 rounds daily. So what happens? uh, so they all start speaking. So Haridas Thakur says, "You all speak. I'll speak it then." So somebody says, "If you chant Hare Krishna, chant the holy name of the Lord, all karma will get over." Somebody said, "Oh, we chant this will be over, this will be over," you know. But Haridas Thakur, when he hears that, he said, "No, what are you talking? Nama Bhasa. There is Nama Parada, Nama Bhasa, Shuddha Nam. Three stages when he chants. He says, even the Nama Bhasa can give you moksha. The Nama Bhasa can kill you all your karmas. Shuddha Nama gives you Krishna prema. He gives you love of Krishna. That is a real gift. Why you are so bothered about karma and your papas and all?" So the one person was there and he did not accept it. Who knows his name? Anybody who read Chaitanya Charitamrita will know the name. So he did not accept, I think it was Gopal Chakravarti. He said, "I don't accept all this. What are you telling? Liberation is so difficult." So I'm just making this point that here it is. Because liberation, actually, you ask any Mayavadi, it's very difficult. So it is very difficult, the liberation. But uh, here we can see one supreme, the liberation becomes very easy when you take to devotion service of the Lord. Okay? Ekova Nitya Nila Yukta, the one supreme personality God is eternally engaged in many transcendent forms of relation with unalloyed devotees. Many transcendental forms. So now, this is interesting because people thought in the Vedas there is no reference to Krishna. You would have heard some jokers. You see now, Eko Devo, that is referring to Krishna, one Deva. Nitya Nila, eternal Leela with his Bhakta is engaged. That is referring to where is impersonalism here? It is personal. Lord is engaged with Nitya Leelas with his devotees. Correct? So Tattvamasi Prabhupada is now making a joke because impersonalists are very much used to that. I am that. So Prabhupada said Tattvamasi is actually for Krishna good. Krishna is that. Krishna is that supreme personality of God. So Prabhupada said better meditate like that. Krishna is that supreme personality. So one should cultivate Krishna conscious faith and knowledge and attain. Vitaraga bhaya krodha manamaya mamupashitaha vo jnana tapasa bhutamadvamo agata. Himali, ready? Hare Krishna, Himali, are you ready?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, try. Your signal is weak today, I think, some problem. Start up. Can you see the screen? Dilip, you are able to hear now? Any problems? He's still struggling. There's some problem in his audio. Yeah, Himali. Himali is muted. I'll unmute you. Himali, you're muted now. You have to unmute yours. Yeah, you're unmuted now. Start.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, it got muted. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, fine. Am I audible now?
Yeah. There.
Yes. Yes, sir. As we can see in the sixth verse, Lord has already spoken from his own mouth or certified the transcendental nature of his work. He says that he appears in his original eternal form with two hands holding a flute, that is Satchidananda form. He does not change his body as the common living entity. Further, in the ninth verse, Lord says that one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not upon leaving the body take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode. Srila Prabhupada says that one has to understand this fact with conviction. In the 10th verse, Lord has given the qualifications of the people who can understand his transcendental nature, attachment, fear and anger in order to attain transcendental love for him. In the purport to this verse, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada illustrates the nature of these three material diseases. The first disease is attachment. He means by this, Prabhupada in purport explains that people who are too attached to the bodily conception of life, that it is almost impossible for them to understand the Satchidananda form of the Lord, as they have experienced only about the Asat, Achit and Nirananda form. Then,
Yeah.
so
Today's.
they prefer to merge into impersonal effulgence. Then by
Yeah.
anger he means to consider that there is no supreme Lord and everything is ultimately void and emptiness. So Lord says that one has to get rid of all these three stages. In order to get rid, one has to take shelter of the Lord, guided by the bona fide spiritual master, and follow the disciplines and regulative principles of devotional life. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada also explains about the stages of devotional service. The first is preliminary desire for self-realization. Second is trying to associate with persons who are spiritually elevated. Third is master and beginning of the process of devotional service. Fourth is freedom from midness in self-realization and taste for hearing about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Fifth is attachment to Krishna consciousness. Sixth is Bhava stage, that is preliminary stage of love of Godhead. And seventh is the highest perfectional stage of life, that is Prema.
Okay. Very nice. You like to add something to that point? Vidaraga Bhaya Krodha Manavaya Matapashita Baho Jnana Tapasa. Very famous shloka. Now there are three, so I continue, Himali. Now this is a very famous verse. I think, yeah,
Yes, Prabhu.
I continue. So there are three things. Krishna says, if you want to become a devotee, you have to free from attachment, from fear and anger. How does attachment come? That's our bodily attachment. So many kind of attachments we have. And then fear. How does the fear come?
Yes,
Because
Prabhu.
we are so much frustrated with the relations and form in this world. We think about spiritual life. We think there also we have some difficulty. If I have a form, there will be difficulty. If I have personality, there will be difficulty. If the relations, in this world, nobody honors any relations, so many difficulty. Form difficulty because I got so many diseases, old age. So person has a negative conception and he carries that to spiritual life. So when he comes to real, he comes to us as devotees, we say, yes, In the spiritual world, you have a beautiful form and you can embrace Krishna, you can play with Krishna, you can dance with Krishna. He just can't get it. And angry, why is he angry? Because so much is get confused by so many philosophies that he becomes angry. So Prabhupada says by slow process, what Himali read was Shraddha, Sadhana, all the stages, person can get out of the three things: attachment, fear, and anger, and surrender to Krishna. This is the stages this Himali has read. Okay, this is, we can see the 9 stages we go in. Faith is the beginning, then we get into association of devotees, and then we get initiated in practice of Krishna consciousness, then removal of unwanted thing, anartha nivritti, then we get nishtha, faithfulness, then ruchi, taste, attachment, asakti, and then we get finally bhava, love of God. Okay. So, by the slow process of devotion service under the guidance of the bona fide spiritual master, one can attain the highest stage, being free from all material attachment, from the fearfulness of one individual spiritual personality, and frustration resulting from void. Prabhupada concludes the purport like this. By the slow process of devotion service under the guidance, what happened? You can get free from material attachment, a fearfulness of our spiritual personality, we are so worried, and from the frustration, which generally Prabhupada said that anger comes from the nonsense void philosophy. Yes. Who is on 11th shloka? Nobody. Ye yathama prapadyante samtateva bhajamiham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvasha. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respect of son of Pritha. We get the 3 kind of spiritual processes, but different degree of success. Ye yathama. The point is, to the degree you surrender, Krishna will reward. If you surrender fully, like Khatwanga Maharaj, in a moment we can completely attain all perfection, but we don't. So to the degree you surrender, to that degree Krishna is located. He is not partial. So some people you can see on the picture here, the impersonalists meditating on the impersonal form, Krishna blesses them that. Some people want to see the Paramatma in the heart and get some powers, Krishna blesses them that. But some fortunate people who are taken a station of pure devotee like Prabhupada, they desire, I want to be with Krishna. Just sit with him, look at his face, slay with him, have affection with him. They get that. So it's your choice. Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan, what you want. But if you are fortunate, take to the personal form of the Lord. Okay. So, which is missing here? Quiz now. There are 5 rasas in the spiritual world. 2 rasas are missing from this picture. Manoj, Akhilesh, Murti Mataji, Himali, Supriya, Dilip, Shranay. Which 2 rasas are missing from the 5 rasas?
Vatsalya, Prabhuji.
Then? And then one more. Shantarasa. Take it, Shantarasa. Here is the Shantarasa. You can see the cow with Krishna. Okay? It's a beautiful painting. And here is a famous Vaselya Rasa. Just imagine, you are holding Krishna like this. Where will be your pleasure? Imagine. Can't even dream of the fortune Mother Yashoda has. Correct? Then 12th. Kankshata karmanam siddhim yajanta yadevata shipram hi manase loke shuddham bhavati karmaja. But Krishna says, I award them, but these people are not ready. So then Krishna is talking about something. Krishna, okay, I'm back to the presentation. So quickly, of course, men get reserved from the fruitive work in this world. So in this world, we quickly get reserved from the fruitive work. The system is designed like that. People run to devatas. The demigods, the delegated powers to manage the material world, so like that. Okay. God and demigods are not on the same level. There's different devatas now, they are managing. You can see they're giving all the facilities to us. And many people say, why should I worship Krishna? I said, what do you want first? If you want material facilities, then devatas can do it. You don't have to bother Krishna. But if you want spiritual advance, you have to go to Krishna. And apart from that, even if you want material facilities, better go to Krishna itself, because he will give you in such a way that you will have a hope of spiritual advancement. Yes, 13 shloka is for Manoj. Manoj, your shloka has come.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. चातुर चातुर्वर्ण्यं मया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्धि अकर्तारम् अव्ययम्. Translation: according to the three modes of material nature and the work associated with them, the four divisions of human society are created by me, and although I am the creator of this system, you should know that I am yet a non-doer, being unchangeable. Here, Krishna is saying that Krishna is the creator of everything. Everything is born out of him, everything sustained by him, and everything after annihilation rests in him. Therefore, Krishna is also the creator of the four divisions of the social order: Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Then Krishna says, although he has created these four divisions, Lord Krishna himself does not belong to any of these divisions
Now,
because
on what basis he has created?
based
Based
on
on
the
birth or birth?
more material nature.
Okay,
Yeah. So
continue,
for
continue.
okay, yeah. So do you want me to explain those
Yes,
four
yes,
modes?
you continue. I just interrupted you. Please continue.
Uh, so in spite of his creating the four divisions of human society, Lord Krishna says that he himself does not belong to these divisions because he is not one of the conditioned souls. Then he says he has created these four divisions for the benefit of the human society. Um, so to give them an opportunity to improve uh, their consciousness, and then finally to achieve Krishna consciousness. That is the systematic development of Krishna consciousness. Human life is extremely precious, and we are very fortunate to hear and learn about Krishna. All of us should utilize all of our time and activity to develop and engage ourselves into Krishna consciousness. This is the only way to transcend from material existence and transcend to spiritual knowledge and existence of Krishna consciousness. That's
Thanks,
that's
Manoj. Very nice. Hare Krishna. Okay, so he has explained very well. Human life is very precious. Don't misuse it. And I'll just see. I'll go back to the presentation if something was there, which is I can take up. Which is the verse we are in Manoj 13, no?
13.
Yes. Yeah. You all can see the 13th verse now.
Yes, Prabhu.
So Chaturvarna is a famous shloka on Guna Karma. The divisions were based on Guna and Karma. And the whole goal of Varnashram was actually that psychophysically we are all different. We are not all the same. One man's food is other man's poison. The different occupation will suit different people. So based on guna and karma, this should be divided. Today, this is a malady in the society. Based on money, we take on occupation, but actually, my nature may not fit that occupation. So Krishna says, based on your nature and the kind of activities you like to do, your profession should be decided. Then you are very peacefully situated in that profession. You have full job satisfaction. At the same time, the purpose of our Varnashram was designed in such a way was spiritual advancement. Okay. People forgot the very purpose of our national. So what happened? People started just exploiting whatever situation they could take. Oh, I'm son of a Brahmana, I'm therefore a Brahmana, and started exploiting all people below. That is because they forgot the purpose. And here are the four people. You can see Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. Correct? The four people and Krishna in the center. The whole purpose was finally to satisfy Krishna. This was forgotten. Brahmana has some quality, Kshatriya has some quality. This goes on. Namam karmani limpanti name karma phale spriha iti mamayo vijanati karma vinasa badyate. There is no work that affects me nor do I aspire for the fruits of action or to understand the truth about me also does not become entangled in the fruitive reaction to work. Okay? And I'll now just go to the translation. एवं ज्ञाता कृतं कर्म पूरयपि मोक्षभिः कुरु कर्मैव तस्मात् त्वं पूर्वपूर्वतरं कृतम्. All the liberated souls in the ancient time acted with this understanding of my transcendental nature. Therefore, you should perform your duty following in their footsteps. So Krishna is saying, Arjuna, nothing new you're going to do. Many people in the past have done this, just like Vivaswan. He heard me, followed, taught his own son. You also kindly follow Bhagavad Gita. Even the intelligent are bewildered in determining what is action, what is inaction. As I explained to you what action is, knowing which is liberated from all sin. Some kind of now understanding of karma will start off now for a few shlokas. Okay? The intricacies of action are very hard to understand. Therefore, one should know what properly what action is, what forbidden action is, what inaction is. One who sees in action is intelligent among men, and he's in a transcendental position. All they engage in all sorts of activity. Okay, so I had actually marked all purports, but I don't think we have the time to read all the purports. One is understood to be in full knowledge of every act is devoid of desire for sense gratification. These are all Krishna's beautiful words. Take full advantage. Any act, the purpose is not sense gratification. Purpose is only one: how to please Krishna. He is said by sages to be workers of fruitive action is burnt up by the fire of perfect knowledge. So, if you are acting for Krishna, there is no karma. Okay, so that is what actually development of the knowledge of the eternal servitorship of the Lord is compared to fire. Such a fire, once kindled, can burn all kind of reactions to. Abandoning all attachment to the results of his activities, ever satisfied and independent to perform no fruitive action, all they engage in all kind of undertakings. Such a man of understanding acts with his mind, intelligence perfectly controlled, gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possession, and acts only for the gain of his life. Thus working, he is not affected by what you are seeing now, Manoj.
Presentation.
Everybody is seeing the presentation, or you are seeing Manoj?
Seeing the both.
No, on the main screen is what, Manoj or the presentation?
Presentation.
Text only.
We don't know. Sometimes what happens, I don't know. Okay. I see. Okay, now what you are seeing, Mataji, on the main screen?
Yeah, text 21.
Okay, you are seeing. Manoj,
Yeah.
you are also seeing the text? Okay, I hope so. Because when I see the recording later, it's a funny thing. I see somebody. Such a man of understanding acts with mind intelligence perfectly controlled, gives up all sense of proprietorship over his possessions, acts only for the bare necessities of life. Thus working, he is not affected by sinful reactions. A Krishna conscious person is always devoted to the supreme desire, for he has no desire for personal sense gratification. He moves exactly like a part of a machine. The Prabhupada says very nice analogy. So machine needs little oiling. So that's why we need little food and little maintenance. But our objective remains satisfaction of Krishna. Okay. He who is satisfied with gain which comes of his own accord, who is free from duality, does not envy. Who is steady both in success and failure, never entangled all the performing actions. The work of a man who is unattached to the modes of material nature, who is fully situated in transcendent knowledge, merges entirely with into transcendence. Manoj, you can read this?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Yeah, just the translations we are reading, not the.
A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities in which the consummation is absolute and that is offered is of the same spiritual nature.
So okay, we jumped now last 25, second last. Now we will go fast. Some yogis perfectly worship the demigod by offering different sacrifices to them. Some of them offer sacrifice to the fire of the Supreme Brahman. Some unentered brahmacharis offer hearing process, sense of fire, control, and others sacrifice the opposite senses. Prabhupada has given explanation. Some people sacrifice to devatas, some of their for purification. Some sacrifice one own self in the fire of Brahman for attaining impersonal Brahman. This is impersonalist. And the brahmacharis, they refrain from sex lives, that is their offering, and engage in hearing and chanting. This is all to attain transcendental knowledge, spiritual knowledge. What are the different kind of things people do? And householders, they restrain themselves from enjoyment and live a regulated life. They are also sacrificing. Others who are interested in achieving self-realization through the control of the mind and senses offer the functions of all the senses and of the life breath as oblations into the fire of the control mind. Having accepted strict vows, some become enlightened or sacrificing their possessions, others by performing severe austerities, practicing yoga, eightfold mysteries, or by studying the Vedas to advance in transcendental knowledge. Okay, so this is different kind of Drava yagna, Yomayo yagna, Yoga yagna, and Swadhyaya yagna. So there are two kind of Atma, Paragatma and Pratyagatma. This is in the Paragatma is who they enjoy, and those who detach is called Pratyagatma. Sorry, there is one more. 29 to 31. Yes, Manoj, you can read just 3 verses. Oh, Akhilesh, sorry, you will give Murti Mataji.
Yes, I can read this.
Yeah, you.
I can't see it on the screen.
Where it is?
Yeah. Still others who are inclined to the process of breath restraint. Again, it has cut off.
Oh, it is. It is not holding.
No. To remain in trance. Okay, I'll read it from my practice by offering the movement of the outgoing breath into the incoming and incoming breath into the outgoing, and thus at last remain in trance, stopping all breathing. Others curtailing the breathing process the outgoing breath into itself as a sacrifice. All these performers who know the meaning of sacrifice become cleansed of sinful reactions, and having tasted the nectar of results of sacrifices, they advance towards the supreme eternal atmosphere. O best of the Kuru dynasty, without sacrifice, one can never live happily on this planet. It's gone again. Gone again.
Okay.
Oh,
Now
best
you
of
say. You
Kuru
saying it.
dynasty, without sacrifice, one can never live.
Now what are you saying? You're saying me.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, let me try again. I share.
Just the last line. Oh, best of the Kuru dynasty, without sacrifice, one can never live happily on this planet or in any other life.
Yes, Mataji. Now you.
What
Okay.
next?
What are the next?
Next. Yes.
Yeah. All these different types of sacrifices are approved by the Vedas, and all of them are born of the different types of work. Knowing them as such, you should become liberated. O Chester, anyway, the sacrifice performed in knowledge is better than the sacrifice of material possession. After all, all sacrifices of work culminate in transcendental knowledge. And then now we come to Alok. Depending on the different consciousness, different karma kanda, jnana kanda is better than end is knowledge. Real knowledge culminates in Krishna consciousness, the highest stage of transcendental knowledge. This is a conclusion.
Conclusion.
Yes. Now we have Alok, you ready? They're having some difficulty. Hare Krishna, they're in, out. Dilip, you are not able to hear us? Hare Krishna, Dilip. Priya, you are around? Himali is trying in and out. Hare Krishna, Himali. Okay. You can hear us, Dilip?
Hare Krishna.
Yes,
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 we
yes.
can hear you.
Yeah. Famous shloka. Yeah, start. Yes, you can start, Alok, now. What happens in your area, a lot of people are using broadband, then your connection becomes weak, I think. What happened, Alok? We are unable to hear you. You can speak. We are able to see. I don't know here. Hare Krishna. We can see you very clearly. I don't know how to put the message.
So
Hey, Dilip,
I
how do you
have to
put the
speak
message?
Guru.
Yeah, we are waiting for you all.
Okay, Guruji.
Yeah, your shloka, Tadviddhi.
परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदिश्यन्ति ते तत्त्वदर्शिनः. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively, and render service unto him. Knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. So here in the mentioned three qualifications of a disciple, that is humble surrender, service attitude, and inquisitiveness, needed to approach a bona fide spiritual master in order to acquire a ultimate goal of life, that is transcendental knowledge. Humble surrender. A disciple should submissively and humbly surrender to the spiritual master like a Sanatan Goswami. He should consider himself a fool in front of the Guru. Just as a seed planted in fertile land can germinate, a bona fide Guru can enlighten the heart of a receptive disciple with transcendental knowledge. But if the disciple maintains his own reservations, then such a disciple's heart is like a barren land where the seed cannot sprout. Then the second qualification is service attitude. A disciple must be spiritual master and serve him like a menial servant in order to satisfy the Guru and earn his blessing. Because perfection of life is achieved not by wealth, scholarship, bodily beauty, or high birth, but by the mercy of a Vaishnava devotee who is dear to the Lord, like Narottam Das Thakur, who got the mercy of Loknath Goswami Maharaj. Then the third quality is inquisitiveness. A disciple should be sincerely inquisitive about the ultimate goal of life, that is transcendental prapadyate jigyasu shreya uttamam. There are two types of goals of life: short-term goals of life, prayers to gain wealth, name, fame, etc., and long-term goal of life, that is to become Krishna conscious and to reach the kingdom of Lord. So the transcendental knowledge here is starting from I am not this body, I am a spirit, soul, and my aim of life should be how to get out of this material entanglement. Then there is a Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11 Brahmeti Pramate iti sabdyate. That is, first stage is knowledge of Brahmana, impersonal Brahman realization. Second stage is knowledge of Paramatma, super soul realization. And the third stage is knowledge of Bhagwan, that is realization of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, when the student is submissive and is always ready to render service, the reciprocation of knowledge and inquiries becomes perfect.
Okay, perfect. Very nice, Alok. I continue from this. Here it is. Yeah, Tadvidhi Pariprashyena Sevati. Ashok has nice. He has nicely explained. The points are done. I'll just see that everybody. The shloka was very important. You can all see the shloka now.
Yes.
No. What you are seeing now, the shloka?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay. So, the Tadaviti Pranipatena, we approach the spiritual master, we take shelter, surrender. Pariprashna, we ask for question and offer all our seva. Okay. And Upadekshanti, being pleased, he will bless us with spiritual knowledge. The path of self-realization purpose is very difficult. No one can be bona fide spiritual master without following the Guru Parampara. We should not manufacture our own process. This is the process. Take a surrender some and ask our inquiries. Next shloka, one learns science of the absolute truth from the bona fide spiritual master. Having obtained the real knowledge from a self-realized soul, you will never fall again into such illusion, for by the knowledge you will see that all living entities are but part of the supreme ordinary world in their mind. So there is a result also you should have. You come on a spiritual platform. When you take shelter of pure devotee, then you are able to see transcendentally. Okay? That's what you say, the shloka. And transcendent knowledge will be visible. This knowledge is possible at the mercy of Guru. Then the last part for today, 36 to 42nd shloka. This is glorification again of transcendent knowledge. Even if you are considered the most sinful of all sinners, when you are situated in the mode of transcendent knowledge, you will be able to cross over the ocean of misery. As a blazing fire turns fire to ashes, O Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes. All reactions to material activity. Okay? There are different stages of dormant reaction to sinful activities. Okay, this goes on. It says all kind of sinful reactions are burned basically. Fire of transcendent knowledge burns all the reactions to ashes. Knowledge of the soul, God, and their relationship. This knowledge can burn all my papa karma and my material existence. 38. In this world, there is nothing so sublime and pure as transcendent knowledge. Such knowledge is the mature fruit of all mysticism. Now, one who has become accomplished in the practice of devotion enjoys this knowledge with an infinite due course. So please try to understand. Again and again, it is talking about realize transcendental knowledge, which is received from the pure devotee or from the Shastra. It is a, it is not talking about the theoretical knowledge, the realizations of Krishna consciousness. Theory of Krishna consciousness is not a big deal, we can understand, but this is talking about realization, and this will come by devotion also to the Lord. Vasudeva Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayotitaha Janayati Asu Vairagyam Jnanatita Hetukam. All knowledge and renunciation of the word will manifest automatically when you go forward to serve the Lord. 39 and 40, a faithful man who has dedicated to the transcendental knowledge, who subdues his senses, eligible to achieve such knowledge, and having achieved it, quickly attains the supreme spiritual peace. But ignorant and faithless person who doubt the revealed scripture do not attain God consciousness. They fall down. For doubting soul, there is happiness neither in this world nor in the next. So there is no need to doubt. Krishna is directed to the authority by all the great acharyas. Okay, there is nothing to doubt and hesitate except and proceed. There are so much things, faithful and faithless. Faithful means believes in Krishna's existence. Firm faith in scripture. Firm faith is simply by serving Krishna one will achieve the highest perfection life. And with faith he chants Hare Krishna. Faithless person, no faith in the Shastra, no happiness for this person, and faith in material. He has only faith in so many kind of material authorities. He is hesitating to put faith in Krishna. One who attains, acts in Krishna devotion service, renounces the fruits of action, whose doubts have been dispelled, knowledge situated factually in the self. Thus he is not bound by reactions of work or conquer or riches. Therefore the doubts which have arisen in your heart, out of ignorance, should be slapped by the weapon of knowledge, or armed with this yoga of Bharata, stand and fight. So Krishna is saying, now I have given you some transcendental knowledge. Get up, armed with this yoga, with this transcendental knowledge, in devotion to the Lord. Arjuna, get up and fight. Okay. And there is, who will read the statement?
I'll read, Prabhu.
Somebody who has not read any till now, hold it today. Hey Dilip Shana, you are there? We don't know. Yes, Mataji, you read.
The Lord is definitely the supreme person. It gets cut in between.
Abba.
Yeah, the Lord is definitely.
It's not holding on the screen?
No, now it's come. It's again gone. It's not holding.
Now is it visible?
Yeah. Gone again.
Oh, I don't know what is happening. Okay, I will read.
The Lord is definitely the supreme person and his activities are transcendental.
One who understands this is liberated person from the very beginning of his study of the Gita. Okay?
Yeah.
So something we are in the learning stage. Okay? So we did some kind of a sadhana, going through all the translations. And particularly the first two shlokas were extremely important for Krishna consciousness. Some time we have spent with that. Any doubts? All the people you are here? Anybody has doubt? I don't see any viewers. See at the bottom, I can see the viewer, no viewers. But viewers are only all of you. Akhilesh, any question you have?
Yes, sir. One question I had.
Tell
There
me.
was a sloka, no, this one who sees action in inaction and inaction in action.
What does it mean?
That one, the later part. Yes, sir.
Anybody read that?
That was
Himali can solve that. Himali, you can solve this question. Action in action, inaction in action.
How can we see action in inaction?
Action in action, inaction in action. You want to try?
Which shloka is this for?
Shloka number
18. 18. How can we see action in inaction?
Wait, just like you are. No, let her try.
I think Prabhupada says that in any activity which is performed, anything other than that should be considered as inaction.
Yeah. Just like we are doing our activity now, for many people it's a waste of time. Correct? No action. Oh, kya kiya aap log? They can't understand. So even if it is action, we are spending time trying to hear words, transcendent words of Krishna. For some people, they think, what is the use of all this? You know? At the same time, some people are acting, they're watching movie, and even though it's an action, it's an inaction. It's meaningless. What do you say? This is how I understand the shloka. Action and action and action and action. Okay, assignment for next week. Everybody study this more and give it back. Come back on this one. Okay? You can search on proper words, action, in an action, and inaction, in action. Yes, Murti Mataji, Manoj, you got it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Prabhu,
Akhilesh,
in action, I understand.
in action, just like you're sitting and doing this, your friend will say, "Kya yaar time barbaad kar raha tha?" So even though it's an action, he says it in action. But then same time you are hearing this, he's watching movie. He thinks that is action. What action? It is inaction. Useless.
Like useless action is inaction.
Yeah. We are just looking at different. Dilip, you have something to add on this? Some realization on this? Okay, nothing to add now. He's still. He has to change his headphone.
Thanks, Prabhu, I am satisfied.
No, we will. We will. What is the second question? Any other
Only this
question?
one, Prabhu.
ठीक है. Okay, good. I saw many people figured out how to put the name. Manoj figured it out. Himali figured it out. How did Himali figure out putting the name at the bottom? You saw in the YouTube. Alok did it.
I'm not sure.
That toolbox only, Prabhu.
toolbar. ठीक है. चलो. Okay. I think somebody should do Kirtan now. Akhilesh, you can do Kirtan? Just sing Hare Krishna mantra.
You start, Prabhu. We'll follow.
I'll just sing Hare Krishna mantra for 1 minute. Short, just to end. Some people are around you or alone, Akhilesh?
Hello.
Then you can sing. No problem. Start. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada tune. Hare. चलो भाई गा लो. Then who will sing? Manoj.
Hare Krishna.
You can. Yeah, we have to hear you only. They're all feeling shy.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare. Okay, we stop, Manoj. Thanks a lot. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Akhilesh, Hare Krishna.
Hare
First
Krishna.
time seeing you. Okay. You read next chapter now, fifth chapter. I'll send you the shlokas, what you have to remember. Okay. And I think by next time, Dilip will fix up his electronics. Okay. Welcome, Dilip. Himali, also, your side also, something was today, maybe audio, no problem. You are able to hear clearly?
Yes, Prabhu, I am able to hear clearly.
Take care. Maybe sometimes it happens. Okay. And here is Manoj. Thanks for participating. And we also welcome his wife. First time she has come on our conference.
Hare
Okay.
Krishna Prabhu.
Now I'll send you the shlokas for next week. You have to also read. And then Murti Mataji, Hare Krishna, welcome. First time you are on our Sunday night show. She is on all Bhagavatam shows. Supriya is, she is there, but she is not visible. And that's me. Okay. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Jai.
Shri Radha Govinda ki.
Jai.
Srila
Jai,
Prabhupada ki.
Jai.